I might do a turkey leg one of these days. Testing, testing. Hello, boys. Welcome
Take my
back.
towel off too, so make it even
Towel off
better.
and walking.
Hello, boys. Welcome back to another episode of I Suck at Fantasy Football. After an absolute heartbreaker of a weekend, not only did the Lions loss, not only was there a Ravens loss, but as a whole, America lost. But just because America lost doesn't mean we all have to lose. Pushan was a big winner this weekend. He was actually, Big Baby himself was in the stadium when the Lions lost, and he was rooting for the 49ers like a goddamn communist. Now, I know I did release a statement saying that the 49ers were the team that I wanted to win the Super Bowl the most after the Lions. However, I'm numb after this weekend. So, 49ers are also bad guys. So, Pushan, your report this week, you have a scorching high of 24,000 degrees and a low of 23,986 degrees. And the only thing that I have for you to do this week is go on the Poop Tracker app or website. I believe it's actually a website for where you live. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's a website. You can track all of the human poo found in the city in which you call home and add to it. Yeah, you know what? Add to that list. So now, moving on to the rest of the guys. Cal, you're up first. With you being in the exotic location of Mount Fuji, Japan, for some reason, I don't know why, the temperature didn't come out in Fahrenheit, it came out in communist. And I do not feel like translating. So Cal, you are going to have a high of 17 all week on Thursday. And actually for you right now in Japan, it is Tuesday. So sorry this is a bit late for you. Your low temperature is going to be Saturday with a low of 3 degrees. And Cal, I'm going to cheat a little bit because this isn't this week, it's the following week. But Taylor Swift is going to be playing in the country of Japan. In case you want to take a little detour from Mount Fuji to Tokyo, she'll be performing her Eras tour there. It's only a 64-minute train ride, no reason not to. So speaking of Taylor Swift, Brett, you are up next. And your continued dedication towards Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes and wanting them to succeed for some reason, and your constant hatred towards Dan Campbell, I don't know what your malfunction is, dude. But anyway, so your weather report is going to be a high of 77 on Thursday. That's going to be your warmest day. And then you have beautiful temperatures this time of year. Wednesday will be a low of 65. Will rain on Friday, however. And for things to do, you can visit the Pittsburgh Steelers because this weather forecast is for Cancun. Okay, so weather-wise, I'm going to cover a lot of the DC guys right now. You're going to have a pretty mild week. Your coldest day, it's going to be Tuesday. No, Saturday, sorry. Low of 32 that day. But you will have some that day, so, but it's generally going to be cloudy all week. Your warmest day is going to be Thursday with a high of 54. And additionally, I'm just going to churn out activities for everyone to do. So, Rag, your only job is to be careful going outside in case a hawk flies by and decides to pick you up, considering you're a pipsqueak now. Ishan, your job is to not get laid off. You're doing great so far. Just keep it up. Try really hard not to. Oh, and stop the warehouse so that Gravy can go hunting. Let's see. Rob, your job is to... Rob is sticking to the 75 hard challenge, and I'm very proud of you for that. Way to keep it up. 75 hard is all about growing mentally and physically. So Rob, on that, I'm going to challenge you to just grow. And then, Maish, I know you've been under the weather. I've been under the weather too this past week. I know we've both been texting about our Hatman cocktails. So, something for you to do this week. I made my Hatman cocktail, and who's too scared to even show up. So, next time you. So what I want you to do is I want you to do it again, see the Hat Man, and tell him to please come my way because he owes me money. Okay, so actually I do have an interesting weather report that's actually serious. So Ford, Halifax County, is currently in a flood warning from now until late Wednesday morning. This is happening despite no rain forecasted in the next 2 days. This is one of them biblical floods when a river just decides to act up and just like come out of nowhere. So yeah, be safe. There are going to be people who think that you're a tree and try to hold on to you for dear life. Just shrug them away. Okay, now something else that's kind of interesting is for where Ford is going to be this week, he put down Trump Court. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't understand legal jargon enough to understand that. But if it's anything like what I think it's like, just like decide if he can be on the ballot or not. I'm just so confused at this point. Just like Ford, please make a decision. So Maish, I do have a task for you. So I know your boy Gravy's stomping grounds are getting swanged on through this Amazon Web Services warehouse being opened up in Putnam County. I know that's going to disrupt a lot of hunting grounds that a lot of people like to use. So I have an idea for you for something fun you could do. You're a consultant. I say you just consult them to stop. I mean, what's stopping you from doing that? Everyone's looking at Ishan like he's gonna do something. He might. He could, but so could you. Alright, so next up, my sweet, sweet Ebenezer Clay. So your weather's pretty mild this week. High of 59 on Tuesday, and then your worst day is gonna be Sunday. It's gonna be rainy and a low of 43, so watch out for that. Why don't you want a tequila milk?
It sounds like the worst drink ever.
It's so
It
good.
sounds terrible.
It's so good.
No.
Delicious. Or that gradient, it's like a tequila sunrise. So, Clay, for things for you to do, I don't know if you remember this from the first episode, but I did find that Reddit post saying that Oxford, there's nothing to do if you're not a student, alcoholic, or church person. After this week and how much pain you've been through, my advice, you're already a student, is to either bump up the alcoholic numbers or to find God. That's all you can do with how much pain you've been brought. Okay, and then next up we have Briggs, Lincoln, New Hampshire, which is still such a random place for you to be living. So it looks like you're high, well, you did live in Singapore, so I guess it's not that random. But your high is going to be Wednesday of 32, your low is going to be Tuesday with a low temperature of 8. And once again, you've lost all of your snow. So there's nothing left to do in that town as far as I'm aware. So all I got left for you is just have Secret Service agents run remarkable amounts of background checks on you. I would also like to issue an apology to my friend Makosi. I assumed you were a Ravens or Washington fan. That is wrong. You are a Steelers fan. I knew that. I just forgot, and I apologize. I would like to issue a formal apology on that front. I simply had a lapse in judgment. That one's on me. I owe you a rail, buddy. And Scott, keep up whatever you do. Right. Fuck, Sutton. I forgot Sutton. Sutton's in Mammoth, California. Once again, a random-ass place to be. His high's gonna be...